Hey, what's up, everybody? Superphil here from Superphil's Fortress of Solitude, and wanted to bring a little video here, kind of showing off the new Nightborne Allied race that is currently available. Well, if you do the stuff that you got to do in order to get them. So I won't get into that right yet, but I might. So right now, was going to show you real quick. Show you the class mount that they have. So this is the Nightborne Mana Saber. This is what you start off with at level 20. And it looks... I gotta say, it looks pretty awesome. You start off in Soramar, however you pronounce it. There's not much of a starting zone to it. Basically, the lady that I was just standing at tells you to, okay, go off and, become friends with the Horde. Because to unlock the Nightborne is a ton of quests in Soramar. Basically, without going into a ton of detail, Soramar is under siege by the Legion, so there's demons everywhere, and pretty much the lady that runs the Nightborne is in cahoots with the demons. I guess because of the power that she can get from them, and so you have to help. You end up helping them escape, or well, not escape. You end up helping them take back the city, and so you do all that on your 110 character and some other stuff, and that's how you unlock the Nightborne. I just wanted to show you around the city a little bit. Literally, the lady gives you a quest to teleport to Orgrimmar, and then that's it. So there's not really much of a point to show her off, or to show that off, because it's just you using a portal. So I wanted to show you kind of the layout real quick, because it's a beautiful city, and whenever you're doing the quest line, you're always disguised as a Nightborne, but there's demons everywhere that can sense you, and so you're constantly having to worry about being seen, spotted, whatever, and getting attacked. Get out of here. So, I just created a little warrior here so we can see. I've created one of every class that the Nightborne can be, so you can see them on a different character I've already looked at. I compared their starting items with some of my heirloom items, and they're basically on par with the heirloom item at level 20. Obviously, as the heirloom item levels up, it will become better, but that's obvious. So, first, of course, we want to see... So, I'm pretty sure that's the Night Elf dance, isn't it? I thought they would have their own dance. That's kind of depressing. Here's the flex. It's fun. Oh my gosh. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Are there any other fun ones? Okay, so that was just some of their emotes. Alright. But yeah, so the biggest thing I wanted to show you, because my thing when creating a character is I want it to look cool. So what I wanted to do real quick was show you what the Nightborne would look like in all the tier gear that's available, and I'll just work my way down from, this is the most recent content all the way down to the oldest content. And I gotta say, I think they did a really good job with the Nightborne. I love the armor on them. Looks great. I like that they gave them kind of big shoulders. I've always liked seeing the shoulder armor fairly large. I just think it. I think it looks good whenever when the shoulder armor is really big. I don't know why. I've just always liked that. While I'm clicking through this, so if you pre-order Battle for Azeroth, which is set to release in September, is how you get the ability to start doing the quests that unlock the Allied races. There's 4 currently available. That is going to be the Highmountain Tauren and the Nightborne for the Horde. And then for the Alliance, they have the Void Elf, and they have the Lightforged Draenei. And I gotta admit, they look pretty cool too. I've mostly been, when me and my friends started playing back in vanilla, it's probably 2005 at some point, whenever I subbed for the first time and started playing. They were PvP Horde, so that's what I played. I was on a PvP server with the Horde, and at that time you couldn't have Alliance characters on the same server as Horde characters for PvP servers. And so it wasn't until Burning Crusade that I finally created an Alliance character. I made a Draenei to see the Burning Crusade content. But that's besides the point. We'll finish that story in a minute. So that's all that was all the different sets that are available. Again, I'm on a warrior. Oh man, we don't get to see any. We don't get to see any weapons with them, do we? I don't know how many. Yeah, I don't have a high level warrior, so I don't have very many warrior stuff. Well, I've got some shields, since paladins have shields. Well, I don't have like a really cool shield, I don't think. But so yeah, like I said, to me it's super important that my gear look pretty cool on my character. So I think they did a great job with the Nightborne. So I was gonna stop and cut for each one of these, but I'll do it just logging in and out. So anyways, like I said, you have to pre-order Battle for Azeroth, and then you can get into you'll have the availability to do the quest lines for so basically the quest lines you want to do is you want to get exalted with the Nightborne, and you'll get a quest you'll get an achievement. I've already started and stopped this video once after an hour because I wasn't happy with how it was going. Anyways, so you'll get the Good Samaritan quest for doing these storylines on your 110 character. You have to have a 110 horde to unlock the horde, and I assume a 110 alliance to unlock the alliance. So you'll do these good Samaritan achievement, and then there'll be even more quests to do. Like I said, you're going to help the people that are trapped in Suramar. You're going to take Suramar back. So then you'll do even more quests and unlock all these to get this achievement for the insurrection. And then in Orgrimmar, there will be a quest giver that tells you, hey, you should go hang out with the Nightborne person and meet them and become friends with them. And that's what you do in, you know. But anyways, let me get his sets going. This is a monk. I named him Monk Schmunk. I don't know why. I just had to name him something. But so anyways, you'll be exalted with the Nightborne, and then basically you get exalted again. Because what the game allows you to do is, once you get exalted, if you get 10,000 more rep, you'll get a cash box that has, different items in it or whatever as a reward for getting 10,000 more rep. And I did that twice before I finished the rest of, when I finished Insurrection, was right whenever I really liked this one. So that was when I got Insurrection, was when I did that twice, which was 20,000 more rep after Exalted. And pretty much I got Exalted because that's what you needed for flying in Legion, and then I stopped doing quests. But, so, you'll have to have a 110, you'll have to have a horde that's 110. Well, I finished that pretty quick. But so you'll have to have a horde that's 110. Get exalted. Get the good Samaritan. Get the insurrection achievements, and then do the quest in Orgrimmar to go and to become friends with them or whatever. And then it unlocks for you. And then I assume you have to do that for the Highmountain Tauren as well. I've not done that. This is our Warlock. I made half of them female and half of them male, so that you could see in case we had any female viewers out there that wanted to see what, or, in case we have people that play female characters. Wow, that looks really cool. That's really cool. Jeez, it makes me want to level a Warlock just for that. But so yeah, like I said, it took a while to get all of the stuff that I needed. I think I'd probably 6 or 8 hours after hitting Exalted that I did the quest chains for, before finally unlocking the Nightborne. But I think they look awesome. I've always, like I said, me and my friends all played Horde basically. That thing's weird looking. and I always liked the Night Elf, and it burnt me up that I couldn't play the Night Elf. I mean, not really, but I did take a Paladin to level 100 on the Alliance, so I can't say I didn't play Alliance, but most of the time I played Horde with my friends. I didn't play enough to level another, multiple Alliance up to max. But, so, getting these that look a lot like the Night Elf really makes me happy. I started a Mage. The first video I made, about an hour long, was a Mage. That looks really cool. And they're just... There's no starting zone for these guys because you do the starting zone. Like I said, you do so many quests in Suramar to free these people. You do so many quests, so and it's a level 110. Well, it's a level 100 to 110 area, so a level 20 Nightborne wouldn't really fit in. So basically, they kick you right out as soon as. But I was fine with that. I was fine going back to the Barrens. This is my priest buff you. I thought that was clever. Not really. It's pretty bad. Anyways, so like I said, there's not a whole lot to the starting zone. So you were basically just watching me quest, which isn't the video that I wanted. The whole point was I wanted to show off the Nightborne for you. Oh, let's see the female dance. It's a little risque. We'll get a little flex. Alright. That's pretty good. Those are pretty funny. I'm sorry. Okay, so we'll keep looking. I like that a lot. Look at some of the priest armament here. So this is basically early access to the 4 races. I don't know if they'll keep those requirements in after Battle for Azeroth releases. It would make sense to keep those in, but I mean, basically, they can do whatever they want to. Really, back when Wrath of the Lich King came out, you could only have a Death Knight if you already had a level 60, and it could only be created on the server that you had the level 60 on. And then that has, well, somebody else has spawned in. But so now I'm pretty sure as long as you've unlocked the Death Knight, you can create them on any server that you want. So we'll just have to see how things go as far as if they still make you do the quest chains to unlock them. Like I said, it would make sense because basically through questing you free these people from a tyrannical overlord, and so it makes sense that once you free them that you can play them. There will also be 2 allied races at least when the expansion comes out officially. That being the Zandalari Trolls and the Dark Iron Dwarves. The Trolls being for the Horde and the Dwarves for the Alliance. Now there are a lot of people complaining because I don't have a 110, or I don't have a level 100 Alliance to do the quests out here. But there are a lot of people complaining because the Alliance apparently technically help these people get, liberated or whatever. And they're complaining that the Alliance aren't allowed to make Nightborne. So we'll have to see also if they keep that restriction or not. It would be interesting for them to have joined the neutral faction, the way the pandas did. Yeah, here. That would have been interesting. I thought when they released the panda, or before they released the pandas, I thought it would have been interesting if they, because that was when Thrall left the Horde or stepped down as war chief. I thought they were going to kind of make it where if you were Horde and Thrall left, that you could also leave the Horde and make a neutral faction or another faction, or, you know, let everyone be whatever faction they decided they wanted to be. Obviously that did not happen, and it may have been a terrible idea. It would have been interesting, though, to me, because I think some people would have backed Thrall. I thought I could scroll down. I thought some people would have backed Thrall and not Garrosh, but I like this. It's kind of like makes me think of a demon hunter from Diablo, but so we'll have to see if these remain Alliance and Horde exclusive or not. I have to say, I think the Void Elves do look pretty cool. I'm not the biggest fan of Blood Elves, but the Void Elves look really neat. And when I made a Paladin, it was back in Burning Crusade, because one of my other friends played Alliance, and I was like, well, I'll play on your server, you know, whenever I'm bored. And in vanilla, Horde couldn't be Paladins, so when Burning Crusade came out, I made a Paladin on their server with a Draenei so that I could see the new content and play a class I hadn't had available before. I ended up taking him to 100, oddly enough. But so the Lightforged Draenei look kind of cool. I think they have some. It looks like they had some normal facial hair, really light skin, and like light coming out of their eyes, kind of. I don't have them unlocked. I don't have the Tauren unlocked either. And then there's also rumor of more playable races. Like I said, the Zandalari Trolls will become playable in Battle for Azeroth, as well as the Dark Iron Dwarves. Because I wouldn't mind having a Dark Iron Dwarf if it was Horde, but it's Alliance. But I wouldn't mind having a Dark Iron Dwarf. Their models are not in the game yet, so I couldn't show you those. But then there's also talk of a brown skin orc because the green skinned orcs. Oh, there's the hunter pet that he starts with. It's pretty awesome looking. Oh, okay, he's stealthed right now. I guess he's a mana saber or something. It looks pretty cool though. I forgot that they started with their pets. Back in my day, you had to quest to get your pet. So I forgot completely what I was talking about. Oh, So yeah, there's rumors of a brown skin orc because the orcs turned green when they were envious. No, I'm just kidding. The orcs turned green whenever they became corrupted by fell magic and became warlocks. Blah blah blah. That's when they started. That's when they turned green skinned. So it's possible, apparently, that there will be a brown skinned orc available, which could be kind of cool. I'm sure they would make some other differences to them. It's a pretty big shoulder piece. The thing I thought was cool about the Void Elves, because they're basically just a reskin of, well, they're literally a reskin of the Blood Elves, but they also have, I don't know, some type of glowy things growing out of their head, for lack of a better description. I don't know what they are. I wish this thing would show weapons also, because I don't have any cool weapons to show for y'all. But, man, these Nightborne just look awesome. They pretty much, I don't know, I think they nailed the proportions on them and everything. I always liked orcs because orcs got big shoulders without being ginormous like the Tauren, because half the time, if you're a Tauren and you're on a mount, you can't get through most doorways. But I liked being able to actually see the armor that I was wearing. Because on some of the smaller bodied characters, you just can't. It's not there. You don't see it. Is there anything else I need to show you here? Nope. And then this is the mage I created. Like I said, I was already playing him for about an hour, so I'm at the crossroads, I think. I can show you. He does have a tabard, which is the Shaldore tabard, which the Nightborne are the Shaldori, whatever. Shaldori. Tabard. This, I think, looks really cool. It's for the Nightfallen. But you have to, I guess I have that on my other character. Anyways, that's not important. Let's go back where I was just in and look at the sets so you can see what the Magi look like. But yeah, I think they nailed just the complete look of them. Orcs always have the big hulking shoulders that I like, but because of the big hulking shoulders, the chest is kind of shrunk in. You can't really see the chest. Trolls were always kind of hunchbacked and looking, hunchbacked. In the new Zandalari trolls are supposed to stand up straight, so I'm interested to see those. I'm sure I've seen them. I just didn't realize the differences in them. But I don't know. I don't know why. I guess I'm just excited. It's been a while since I've played, a new character, I guess. Because the last time I was playing my paladin, well, I just resubbed like a week ago, less than a week ago, something like that. And before that, it was last July that I was playing my paladin, Blood Elf paladin. But man, these just, I don't know. The proportions on these just seem so much. I don't know. Maybe it's just because, like I said, I haven't. Maybe it's because I just haven't seen them in a while, or haven't seen these characters explicitly. But I just think they look really good. Maybe I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy if I'm crazy. Alright. So that is all of the Nightborne. That's all the classes that they're available. That shows you everything as far as the raiding apparel gear goes. I'm sorry, it's bedtime. We saw the dance, which was lackluster as it's somebody else's dance. We've seen the flex. We got some flirting going on. The biggest thing I can't do is I showed you the Mana Saber, which I still think is pretty cool. I do really like their cast animations. I obviously, with a mage, I'm not going to do any melee, so I don't know how their battle animations look when they're fighting. But I don't know, man. I really, really like the Nightborne. I'm super excited. Let's look at the other classes real quick. Create a character, Allied Races. So here's the Void Elf, like I was talking about. It is a Blood Elf. That is a Blood Elf face. It'll let you preview the creation of them. And these are all Blood Elf features. And like I said, the one thing that kind of really stood out that I thought was kind of cool are these little kind of spikes growing out of their head. I don't know. It's like they kind of gave them nice. Man, they gave them a lot of character as far as their hairstyles that they can do. There's much more. Feels like there's much more versatility works. A lot more to choose from in the creation of the Void Elves. They kind of took the tentacles, I guess, from the Draenei and gave it to them in these cool color-changing hair things. I'm not even hair spikes. But they seem like they have a lot to. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot more customization available for them. What do we got? 12 different hairstyles, and some of them are pretty cool looking. He's got kind of a pompadour going on. I like that. Where is it? This really surprised me. I was not expecting that at all. We got some kind of modern hairstyle going on there. Here is the Lightforged Draenei. Like I said, they look pretty cool. I did not realize I could preview them, and so they got a lot less skin colors to choose between. Several different faces to choose from. So they still have some of the kind of horn-esque things that the Draenei have. We got all light hair colors, facial hair. We still have the tentacles, so that's good. I guess interesting that they kept those. Tattoos. Wow, they got tattoos, and they stick out a lot better than the others. Here's runes. It's kind of neat. So their customization's pretty. I feel like their customization kind of outshines the Nightborne. Nightborne get some sweet earrings though. I do like their earrings, and that they let them stick out of their hats. So here's the Highmountain Tauren, which I'm sure you notice the huge rack that they have on their head. It's cool that the hunter gets a eagle for his pet. Let me look at. Oh wow, that's really cool. Void elves can be hunters. Oh man, that's. I'm super jealous now. I really like this void elf. Oh man, that makes me sad. So, like I said, maybe they'll make them so that you can have. Maybe they'll make them not faction specific. I don't know. We'll just have to see. So let's look real quick and see the character customization for the Highmountain Tauren. So definitely the big thing is the huge racks that they have. I do like the little accents on them as well. I think that's pretty cool. We got two horn colors. There's natural and then carved, I guess. Let's see what kind of facial hair is kind of typical for the Tauren. That makes sense. And then they also have tattoos. I like that they're in different color. Oh man, you can really see their tattoos. So these Highmountain Taurens look pretty cool. I guess I should look at this. The Nightborne can damage and snare nearby enemies. They have increased magical damage, resistant to arcane damage. Their inscription skill is increased, and they can summon a magical grimoire to access mail. That's kind of cool. I did not know that. The Highmountain Tauren can charge forward, knocking down enemies. They have increased versatility. Their mining skill and speed is increased. That's kind of cool. Chance to harvest additional meat and fish. Resistant to all damage. Void Elf can teleport through a rift in space. May become empowered by the void. Resistant to shadow damage. Spell casts aren't delayed by damage. Holy cow, that seems huge. Receives discounts on transmogrification and void storage. Okay, interesting. Man, that spellcast not being delayed by damage, that seems pretty big. That seems like a big deal. Lightforged Draenei can deal massive holy damage. Blacksmithing skill increased and can summon their own forge. Increased experience gained from killing demons. Resistant to holy damage. Erupts in holy energy upon death. Wow. So that's... some of that stuff's pretty crazy. The increased experience from demons is gonna be huge when they get to Legion. But I guess that's... of course, it doesn't say how much that increase is. Of course, I would imagine it would be at least 5%, but it might be like a 1% increase or something. So unfortunately, I can't access any of them to show their dances or anything. I would imagine his dance is just going to be like the Draenei dance, which is kind of lame. Hopefully, I covered everything that is of slight importance. Like I said, there's really nothing to the starting zone because you leave it as soon as you get there. So, hopefully you saw what you were looking for. I was running, before I unlocked them, I was running around Orgrimmar just like looking for Nightborne to see what they looked like in their gear. And obviously I don't have a high enough one to show you of anything worth except for showing the preview of what their raid gear looks like. So, I hope this helped you out some. I am really excited to get back to my Mage and start playing some more tomorrow because it is bedtime at 4:30 in the morning. I work second shift. Get off my back. Alright. So that's going to end this video. I'm going to get it rendering, and then hopefully I'll upload it around 1 p.m. or so. Whenever I get up to get ready for work, hopefully I can set it so it'll be available on the 14th. Again, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Lets me know that there's people out there that are picking up what I'm putting down. So, without further ado, I'm going. This has been Superphil from Superphil's Fortress of Solitude. Thanks for watching.